Hey everyone, it's Kim, and today I'm going to talk to y'all about living with alopecia. First of all, let me apologize for my appearance. I literally just got back from the gym, and Ryan is going to grab the kids, so I figured I would just film this really quick. But yes, my diagnosis is alopecia. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is an autoimmune disease. It's genetic, and it is triggered by stress. So things that can trigger alopecia are like moving, death of a loved one, financial crisis, being very ill. Various things can trigger this. Usually it is more than one stressor. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you'll know that approximately 7 people in my inner circle have passed away in the last 6 months. At the end of February/beginning of March, I was extremely ill. I was hospitalized. I had a virus that was attacking my lungs and I could not breathe. So that was pretty intense. We moved at the beginning of February. So lots of things have been happening that are stressors. Each of them individually aren't so bad, but when you put one on top of another on top of another, my body basically freaked out and triggered my alopecia, which has been lying dormant. As a child, I had psoriasis, which, of the scalp. So that is one of those things, like red flags, that you're a carrier of alopecia and more prone to alopecia if you have psoriasis as a child. Learning that now, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. I had psoriasis as a kid, so my scalp started getting really kind of itchy and flaky, and no matter what I did, nothing was helping. And then I started noticing that my hair was coming out a lot more than normal. The first 2 days, I was like, okay, this is just a weird, spurt of hair loss. The third day, I got a hairball that was bigger than any I had ever, brushed out of my hair before. I'll put a picture of it here. Ryan took that because he couldn't even believe it. He's like, I've never seen that much hair come out when you brush it before. So it was a funny picture, like, oh, my hair, But then the next day, even more came out. And at that point, I started to get nervous. So I called my doctor. They got me in the next day, and they ran a whole gamut of blood work. Everything from my thyroid to all my hormone levels to my iron, blood sugar, cholesterol, everything. Everything came back normal. So they did a deeper check of testosterone, estrogen, everything. Again, everything came back normal. They referred me to an oncologist who checked my skin, did some biopsies. Again, everything came back normal. So then they referred me over to a dermatologist who took one look. And at this point, this is like a week and a half after my hair really started falling out. She took one look at my head and went, oh, sweetheart, this is alopecia. And at first, the first time she saw me, she said it's probably telogen effluvium, which is an overall thinning of the hair, because it really looked like my hair was just getting a lot thinner. The next time I went back a few days later for a follow-up to follow up on the blood work that she had done, I had actual circular bald patches. She's like, oh, okay, this is alopecia, not the telogen effluvium we thought it was. So basically, that's what I have. To cure it, the best cure is time. Basically, I just have to give it time. She said within about 2 years, I should notice that all the spots on my head are now regrowing hair. It could be longer, but it could happen sooner. There's really no way of knowing exactly when your hair will decide to grow back and that your body will stop attacking the hair follicles. You don't know how long it's going to take. But time. And then I need to do things to reduce the amount of stress around me and in my environment. So I need to stop putting myself in stressful situations willingly. I need to focus on doing things that I enjoy and that make me happy and feel calm. So I've been really focusing on self-care and doing things that I love to try to just stay calm. I'm taking a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I'm using biotin shampoo and all of that, and I am still nearly bald. I have lost over 80% of my hair volume. This is my trash can after this morning's brush. I'm amazed I have any hair left at all at this point. I mean, it's falling out in droves at this point, and it's disgusting. My husband has to like follow me through the house, like sweeping up, and we can't even vacuum without him having to stop the vacuum, turn it over, and cut the hair out of the spinner thing on the bottom because it jams our vacuum. There's so much that I don't even notice that falls out into the carpet. And then, so we have to vacuum every single day to get all of the hair up. I'm amazed I have any left at this point. It's not much, but I still have some left. For the most part, it just looks really thin, like right here on like my temples, I guess. And then when I pull it back, it's like stripes, like hair, scalp, hair, scalp. Underneath, it's all like patchy and round and just bald spots and hair. So it looks pretty gross. So I wear a headscarf whenever I'm going anywhere because it just looks disgusting if I don't. I'm extremely self-conscious about it. How I feel about it, besides self-conscious, I have mourned the loss of my hair. I had a couple days after the diagnosis when she told me, chances are you will lose all of your hair, you know. So I had to really come to grips with my long, thick, beautiful hair is no more, at least for 2 years. And so I've already been through like the stages of grief, I guess, over losing my hair. I'm okay with it now. I'm in a good place. You know, sometimes I still get kind of sad that I have to wear this and I can't just braid my hair like I'm so used to doing. And, you know, it does make me sad. And I see people with this long, gorgeous hair and I'm like, oh, what I wouldn't give, you know, but they have cool scarves now. They have wigs, they have hats. So I'm not too fussed about it. I know that it'll be okay. It's just hair. It'll grow back eventually, fingers crossed. I am getting scalp injections every 2 weeks to try to help my immune system recognize that the hair is not evil, and to stimulate new hair growth. I'm getting those. But, you know, right now I'm dealing with hair that was the length that I had it and baldness. It's like patchy and my scalp is like peeling off on like the bald patches. It's like peeling and flaky and that's because of the hair that's still there is like irritating the skin because my body is like trying to get rid of the hair, so it's like pushing it out, so it's all completely irritated and basically not cool. So I have come to the decision that this week I will be shaving my head. I'm terrified to do it because I think the reality of seeing what little, I mean, I don't have much left, but I think seeing what little I do have left go completely will really, for lack of a better term, bum me out. I loved my hair. You know, it took me years to get it as long as it was / is, because some of it is still pretty long. But the way it is now, I can't wear it the way I used to. I have to wear a headscarf. So if I have to wear a scarf or I have to wear a hat, I may as well just shave it all and let it grow back on its own time when it's ready. And until I notice, because if I shave it, I can monitor the bald spots a little bit better because I'll see where it's still growing and where it's still bald. So I can monitor until all of the hair really starts coming back. And I made a list of pros and cons. I've really been debating this choice for a while, and because I kind of knew it was inevitable and it was gonna happen, and I sat down and I talked with my husband about it. And this week I will be making an appointment and I will be getting my head shaved, so that I think I'll just be more comfortable. My head will be able to breathe, and I think once it does all start growing back, it'll be healthier. You know, it'll be virgin hair again, you know, never dyed or anything. And it'll just be, I think it'll be better in the long run. I'm scared. I'm very scared because for me, my hair is a bit of a security blanket. I cut it 2 years ago and I had a meltdown because I cut it. I felt terrible afterwards and I hated the haircut. And it took me a 1.5 years to grow it back out to the length I wanted. And so for me, hair has always been a really big deal. And honestly, I'm really scared about looking in the mirror and seeing myself completely bald. It's a step that I know that I need to take. I know that I won't regret it because it's something that does need to be done. I know that I will feel better once it is done, but it's getting the courage to go and actually get it done. That's like kind of scary for me. I'm gonna do it. I'm sad about it. I am. But at the same time, I'm kind of looking forward to it because it's just the next logical step in this journey. Of course, I will film it for y'all. Whether I share it immediately or not, I'm not sure. But I will film it. But that's kind of how I'm feeling about it and what it looks like for me. I think the maintenance will just be easier if I have no hair, for as far as scarves and hats and stuff go. Because then I won't have to look in the mirror and see patchiness and see a red irritated scalp and see, you know, my hair falling out in droves and filling trash cans and falling out all over the floor. And that to me is just depressing. So I think just shaving it and getting it over with will be better for my mental health too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just wanted to share with you guys what is going on with me a little bit more in detail, because I hadn't really talked much about it, just said I was experiencing some health stuff. It was really scary at first. We didn't know what was going on, but thankfully it's just this. I realized that it could be so much worse. You know, I recognize that it could really be something that impacts my health greatly. And thankfully, this condition, this disease, is pretty much purely cosmetic. It just affects my hair, and it's kind of a lesson in vanity for me. It like makes me take a step back and be like, okay, yes, your hair is important to you, but is it really that important? Like, there's other things that you value more. And it's so true. You know, I'm just thankful that it's not something worse and that it's not anything that's going to kill me or hospitalize me or anything. And it's something that may bum me out a little bit, but it's not terrible. And so for that, I am so thankful. And with that, I am going to let you all go. I have rambled on about this for long enough. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for those of you who have reached out and who have really kind of been there for me. I truly do appreciate it. You know, y'all's support is really invaluable in this time. And, you know, I figure I need to be as open about this as possible because, you know, if someone else out there is dealing with this too, and, you know, they don't know anyone who's ever gone through it, you know, you're not alone. You know, I've connected with a few other people who have alopecia, and they've kind of been able to walk me through what to expect and how to deal physically and emotionally. And, you know, so support is so important, and YouTube is a big part of my support system. So thank you for those of you who are watching and who have reached out and who have been praying and, you know, just sending me sweet notes and stuff like that. It really is appreciated. I will be doing a video probably a little bit later this week. I don't know what about. And then, of course, Fitness Friday. So if you have any suggestions for a video you want to see me do, feel free to leave it on down below, and I will do my best to get to it. But, yeah, I will talk to y'all later in the week. Thank you so much. I really do love you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.